You know what? I gotta be honest. I'm a little worried about our defense. That was his home court, right? I went into his home court and took his title. That's what I did.
We have a belt for it too.
We had a belt for it.
And I feel bad for you, Chris, that it meant that much to you.
If you ain't first, you're last.
See? And that's the thought mentality. I think when it comes
Mentality? Mentality.
And even then, like, I don't see who moves that much up in the rankings. That's what I usually look at is in fight cards. Is which is a fight that's gonna bump somebody up to a number one contender.
You are now listening to SK Sports on the Spacekaiju Podcast Network.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SK Sports. This is episode number 21. We are rolling. We are continue to roll with these episodes. And joining me on today's episode, I've got Adrian. What's up, Adrian?
What's up, Nate? How you doing?
Pretty good. Thank you for joining me. I know I gave Mario and Chris the option. Not option, but like I say, hey, like if you guys can't make it, I know it's Easter Sunday, so I understand. But the show must go on. So I thank you for that. Having some time to come down and record with me. But let's start off with our respected sports as we always do. Well, actually, this week I didn't have any soccer because of the Easter weekend. But I just wanted to kind of have this chance to promote my first tournament, or the first tournament that this soccer league that I joined is hosting. So this is an A&R soccer tourney. This is the first tournament. This is sponsored by Taco King Incorporated. Nice. So, my guess is that I think the taco guy is going to come out. It's going to be like a big thing. I think that what we're trying to do here is get a lot of people to go out and watch these games. It's 16 teams, one game elimination. So if my team doesn't do well in the first game, that's it. We're done.
Hey, good luck, man. Sounds like fun.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited one reason because well, first off, I don't have my kit yet, but I posed the question to the guys. I was like, hey, I talked to the Connect on the jersey, and for some reason. I need to buy like 5 jersey kits for the max. Like that's the minimum I need to, for him to be able to put a jersey together for me.
Yeah.
So I mentioned that to the guys and like, oh, you know what? Let's possibly just do like maybe new kits. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, I kind of felt bad a little bit. I'm like, hopefully like no one's mad about like me saying like, oh, let's I'm cool with it. But it's possible that we might get Barcelona kits. So I'm happy. I mean, it's not my favorite color in the whole wide world. It's blue, but it's Barcelona, so I can't complain. But I think the guy is just finding out if he has that in stock. If not, I think we're falling on Borussia Dortmund yellow kits, and I love yellow, as you can see. So I wouldn't mind falling with that one either. Yeah. It was funny though. Just last thing before we get to some basketball on your side, like I felt bad because it's like it's not my team. I don't want to overstep boundaries, Yeah. But like one person pointed out, he's like, hey, like, is it cool if we don't put Barca jerseys? Because I'm a Real Madrid fan, and I'm like, okay, in this sense, like, I'm gonna be lenient because I'm like, I understand where this guy's coming from. Because personally, I don't want to wear a Real Madrid jersey, so I'm like, hey, if we can back off of the Barcelona jerseys, I'm cool with it. I understand. That's why I said, hey guys, let's get Spain jerseys. I love the Spain World Cup jerseys. They're red tops, blue bottoms. Yeah. The meaning behind that is because I was like, hey, if we have Real Madrid fans and Barcelona fans, why not meet in the middle and just do Spain because that's where those teams come from. Yeah. So it's all exciting stuff. Hopefully we get our kits in time before the tournament so we look intimidating and not, ready to get our asses handed to us.
Yeah. You gotta show up, man. You gotta show up to play.
Oh, I am ready now. I'm so ready now because I watched a documentary about a French soccer player, which I talked about on my podcast before this. Yeah. And it's just so inspiring, like to see how hard of a worker he was. Yeah. And so much trials and tribulations he had to go through, leaving his family at a young age to just become a world-class player. So that really got me going right there. Yeah. So it's a really good documentary. I actually think you should watch that one. But any basketball? How did basketball go?
I mean, we didn't play today. It was Easter, so we were playing at the gym in the morning. But it's so good to get out there and get a little sweat and try to stay in shape. But it was nice. Easter celebrating on Saturday with the family.
How was that?
It was fun, man. It was fun. My uncle, man, he's an MVP. He dresses up as the Easter Bunny.
No
Santa,
way.
And all
that's
that.
cool,
so,
man.
Yeah, man. I always give him mad props. Like
that's mad props right there.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I haven't really celebrated Easter in a long time. Like we used to go like over to a family member's house. We used to then hide eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as you get older, and then like
Yeah.
for this job, we had an Easter event here. So like
Oh, cool.
I felt like that was already like me dabbling into a little bit of the Easter celebrations, and then I just we didn't really have anything going on today. So
Yeah.
I mean it's cool Easter.
Yeah. Always
It's
nice.
good for the kids. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sure.
like to see their joy. You should have seen it when we had the event here. We set up like 4 different Easter egg hunt areas, and
Yeah.
it was so hilarious, Adrian, to see just this 2-year-olds to 4-year-olds. They can only be in that area,
Yeah.
and they were all just running like to get their eggs,
Yeah.
and it was so funny. There were tons of eggs, so many eggs that I stepped on a few and broke them.
Yeah.
But then like it's like you see this one kid with like an empty basket, and all the eggs are all picked up already, and like crying. I'm just like, there were so many eggs. Did you like look at an egg and realize like, oh, that one's blue. Maybe I shouldn't pick that one up.
Yeah. These kids have experience, man. They've been doing it a few years,
A few years.
they already know what to
They
do.
know how to hunt. They definitely do.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some sports here. So let's start off with some NBA talk, because I think that's probably what's the most hottest thing that's going on right now is the NBA playoffs. So just a recap of today's games, starting off with Warriors-Clippers. I'm guessing you watched this game?
I saw the second half.
Second half?
I mean, the Clippers pulled off one. That was like their
That's
season.
kind of
their
what we
season.
saw.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we saw happening.
That's their season right there.
Yeah.
Winning that one game, the Warriors are just too much, man. And they play hard and they play tough, and you got to give Doc Rivers credit and the Clippers. You enjoy watching them play. Lou Williams is a superstar, man. He's showing out, like single-handedly keeping the Clippers close, at least in the beginning. But
Yeah.
I think the Warriors are gonna wrap it up next game. And
Yeah, it looks like that. I mean,
Yeah.
the point comparison in this game, 113 to 105, not too far off compared to the last game. But
Yeah.
I mean, you see how much they're fighting. But obviously, the Warriors are the Warriors. So Golden State leads 3-1 right now in that series, and it looks like they would take the next one. But who knows? Clippers can surprise people. You never know.
Yeah.
Don't like to count people out or any team out. The next game we're looking at here is Celtics sweeping. That's it.
Yeah.
Sweeping
They
the
won the series
Pacers.
today.
Today's 110-106. Boston wins the series 4-0. So, I mean, we kind of, some of us were a little skeptical. Maybe like we thought the Pacers could like knock out one game, but hey, the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kyrie's been there. He
Yeah.
knows what they need to do.
Exactly.
And, they're missing their best player, man. They're kind of outmanned too. And, the Celtics, they're starting to come in the zone. And the second round matchups for the East are going to be good, man. It's going to be, I think as far as talent level, they're going to be pretty even. Sixers, Boston, Milwaukee, who am I missing? Toronto.
Yeah.
You don't know what seeding they're going to get yet, depending on who wins and loses. But they're going to be good, man. The second rounds, I can't wait for them.
Heck yeah, they're going to be a little bit more intense than what we've got in the first round. Upcoming later today, we've got starting right now in about just a few minutes, we've got the Raptors taking on the Magic. The Raptors have a 2-1 lead in that series over the Magic. It looks like the Magic kind of giving them a run for their money. Did the Raptors have a struggling game the other day?
Well, the Magic, they got some pieces,
Standout players.
Yeah, they got Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
They got that center. I mean, he's pretty
There's
good.
a guy that
too.
wears like a headband that's really
Ross too. He's a former
Yeah,
Raptor.
yeah.
I think he comes off the bench and he's been scoring for them, man. And he made some nice plays, but
good. That's important. Coming off the
Yeah.
bench in playoff time, like you need a bench to that's capable enough to come off the bench and utilize that helping factor.
a 6-man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
looking at that series, I'll be surprised if the Magic win another one.
The Raptors, maybe they're not complete. Maybe like they're still trying to figure out their playoff scenario. This is their first playoffs without what's his name? Was it
DeMar
Rosen?
DeRozan, yeah.
And then coming in with Kawhi, the playoffs is a different thing.
They basically made that trade like, all right, we'll take Kawhi Leonard. I mean, it sucks what they did to DeMar, but how many years did they have together?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, ran into LeBron a couple of times. And
Yeah.
he took care of him, and now that LeBron's gone, it would have been nice to see, like, all right, let's see if the Raptors can make some noise now, because they always ran into LeBron
Yeah.
every year.
And
Feel
now
bad
he's,
for them, but
now he's on the West Coast. And
yeah, now he's
give
in the
him
West.
a chance.
And
We could have seen what they could have. If that was the case, where he would have stayed? Would Kawhi have stayed on the Spurs?
Well, he wanted to leave,
He
so
wanted
they
to
probably saw the chance. Man, we could get DeMar DeRozan, and we're gonna lose Kawhi regardless. Let's make the trade. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's a tough one? They're both good.
It's a risky move, but I think the Spurs had confidence in themselves, knowing that they have Pop and a caliber team that has always been up there. So I don't see their stock falling at any time soon, because they've just been such a successful team in the sense that they've always been well-rounded all around and have always been in playoff contention.
I think it was a smart trade.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they're both all-stars, but Kawhi Leonard he's a superstar.
Yeah, he is.
He's a superstar, and if you're gonna lose a superstar, you might as well get an all-star out of him.
Yeah, it's not a bad one right
So you got to give the Spurs credit for pulling that off.
there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Next one is, and this is kind of like a topic I also wanted to talk over. It's probably one of the most exciting battles in the playoffs right now. At first, I thought it was Pat Beverly and KD the most exciting matchup, but obviously we know that Warriors are ready to take out the Clippers. Mm-hmm. But in this sense, you've got Portland leading the Thunder 2-1, and then this game's tonight at 6:30 p.m. on TNT, which I probably will watch this. I probably will watch this game. I'm loving the matchup between Russell Westbrook and Dame Lillard.
Yeah, Dame Lillard. He got him game 1.
You can tell.
And 2.
You can tell. Like the media was on it. Like, what's wrong with Russ? Can you do this without PG? Oh man, like.
And hey, he showed up game 3.
Yes.
And I like he came out and he took the blame for them losing. I got to play better.
Yeah.
And like I said before, Portland's been swept the last 2 years. They're hungry. The Thunder haven't made too much noise either. They're hungry.
Yeah.
So this series is really two teams that quite frankly, they got to do it. Like, they got to do it.
Yeah.
And at least make a run. At least make a deep run. I mean, for either team, it's going to be disappointing if they get bounced in the first round. But Dame Lillard and Westbrook, man, it's been a good match, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
They're going at it.
They're
going at it. I love the trash talking.
Yeah.
Man. They're trash talking back and forth, and, it's fun, man. It's fun.
It's exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah. Who do you like in that series?
Obviously, I see the potential that the Blazers have, like in over the struggling, Thunder. But I would like the Thunder to win because I see that they have the elements to win. Mm-hmm. But hey, if you're not stepping it up in the most important time, Russ, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I think as a fan, I definitely want the Thunder to win.
Yeah.
Because they're the more exciting team. They got 2 superstars.
Yeah.
But the Blazers have been playing tough, man. Tonight's game is a must-win for the Thunder.
Oh,
Thunder lose tonight, that's it. Portland's gonna take it.
They can knock it out. They can knock them out.
If Thunder can win tonight, I think it goes 7. As a fan, I want the Thunder to win, and my personal opinion, I would have to go with the Thunder. I think they're gonna give it a 7, and they got 2 guys that can do what they want and create their own shot with the ball. But I think it's gonna go 7, and Dame Lillard and McCollum have. Man, been carrying the Blazers. Like
McCollum, I hear that guy's good too.
That's like their I don't want to say their only offense, but that's their go-to. Those guys are shooting 20-plus shots a game each, and they're delivering. I want to see the Thunder because I don't think the Blazers they win this series.
You don't see them moving on.
Yeah, I can't see them making a deep run in the West. I just don't think they have enough.
Is PG injured?
Paul George?
Yeah.
He was hurt, but he's been playing.
Okay.
I know he's not 100%.
So that's a.
Yeah, he hasn't been like.
That's not good.
He hasn't had like a a show out game yet, but
tonight.
Maybe
tonight.
They're at home. They shoot a lot better at home.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And they get a lot of excitement out of their games at home. Yeah.
Their fans are rowdy.
They're crazy. They bring the thunder.
Yeah, who doesn't want to see Kevin Durant and going back to Oklahoma? Right? In
a
series.
And so that would be exciting too because I would then root for the Thunder.
Yeah, they got to get those cupcake chants going.
The cupcake chants.
Those get under his skin right there. You can see it.
Tomorrow we have upcoming games. Bucks look to sweep the Pistons, which you think that's gonna happen tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's happening.
I thought the Pistons would put up a better match. I didn't know Blake was out the first 2 games. He came back game 3. He looked nice. He made some good plays.
But it's not enough to.
Yeah, it's not enough. Blake, he's in a tough situation.
I give them one more year to be a hard staple in the playoffs because the Pistons for them to make, and they've always had their struggles making the playoffs. I actually used to be a big Pistons fan when it was the
Chauncey
Phillips, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace. That was my squad right there,
team
dude.
that beat the Lakers.
Yeah,
in the finals.
that was my squad right there. Like I had a love for that team for some reason, and I don't know what it was at the time. Like I used to be a Pistons fan for like the shortest amount of time, and I just big fan of like Rip Hamilton just in general.
That was fun to watch. They had a good squad.
Heck
Rasheed
yeah.
Wallace, Ben Wallace.
Those two together, just
Yeah.
scariest combo
Chauncey.
right there.
Yeah,
But
they had
yeah,
a good team. man.
Pistons are done. Sorry, Pistons.
Yeah.
And then we look. Another sweep. So that's That's 2 sweeps tomorrow. That's 2 sweeps tomorrow that are going to
Who
happen.
else?
We're looking at the Rockets looking to sweep
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jazz. So that's 2 sweeps tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is that
Yeah.
even, maybe that's like a record or something? And no, I don't know. Like the
Yeah.
same day that 2 teams get sweep.
The Jazz lost a tough one yesterday too.
Yeah, and I think what you or Mario was saying that they had a chance to at least walk away with one. But I mean,
Yeah, they played tough at home. The end of that game, they had the ball with 3 seconds, and coach drew up a nice play to Mitchell. I think he was so open that he was shocked.
yeah.
Because he got the ball, he's like, oh crap, there's no one on me. And he shot it and he short armed it, and that was it. But it was a nice play, wide open. But even if he makes that 3, there's no saying they even hold on to it.
Yeah.
Kind of, just like the other teams in the West, they're just outmanned.
And
Yeah.
Harden, dude, I saw that picture of Donovan Mitchell like has the ball,
Yeah.
and he's looking at like Harden like silly, and Harden just like cara de caca
Yeah.
like
Flopping.
flopping,
Yeah.
and they just and ESPN posted on Instagram with a face that went like that, like come on Harden, it was funny.
Yeah, he was actually 0 for, correct?
Oh wait, 0 for 13.
0 for 13 going into the 4th.
Yep.
And he didn't
No,
have,
in the 4th?
going into the 4th.
Oh, I thought it was the
'cause
first.
No, he
Okay.
made I think it was 0 for 15 going
0
into
for
the 4th.
15. I saw that though. I know what you
And
mean.
like they were, I think, up by 1 or down by 1. You're in deep shit.
Yeah.
Harden's 0 for,
And then he makes
you're
out
barely winning.
walks away
or-
with 22 points. I
Yeah,
believe.
he got to the free throw line. He made a big 3 in the 4th. The way they were defending him was kind of crazy. They were like almost forcing him to go right. But Harden has such a unique shot that even though he's a lefty, he likes to go right and just pull his shot like that. So,
That's insane.
they interviewed him after. He's like, I'm going to shoot that. I don't care if I'm over. That's the mentality he has,
Yeah.
right? And
Mentality. Every time you
So-
think about that now.
yeah. Then they were actually talking about would he be the only MVP to average like so many points and not
Win.
yeah.
But we can't say that.
possible MVP.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry,
can't
not
say that.
MVP, possible MVP.
Okay.
Mark Jackson and Van Gundy were talking about it. They did their research, and I guess I forgot who it was, like Bill Russell back in that day. Like someone was averaging like way more points than him, but he was just like a double monster, like 20 and 15 he was averaging.
Jeez.
So yeah,
Something to look forward to. Maybe he might, have a show out tomorrow.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But that's NBA. Was there anything else that you wanted to get off your chest before we move on to the next section?
No, let's wrap these games up, man. Let's get to the second round.
Yeah,
I'm
you
excited.
wanna- that's
I'm
it.
excited for the second
You
round
are
on both
excited.
sides, East and West. It's gonna
You're
be
right.
good, man.
It's going to be a hell of a games.
Mhm.
All right, moving on to NFL. We've got some couple topics here. We'll start off with the Russell Wilson extension. So let me head over here to my photos because I took a picture of what this man is making now. And I believe he is the highest paid player or quarterback in the league. I think it's quarterback.
Probably
Quarterback. So we're looking at Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks shared their excitement after officially putting pen to paper on contract extension. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports Tuesday that Wilson and the Seahawks agreed to a 4-year, $140 million deal with $65 million signing bonus that made Wilson the highest paid player on a per-year basis. Let's see, Wilson's contract includes a no-trade clause and will run through 2023 per Adam Schefter. Good Lord, these notes. Anything after Seahawks officially announced Wilson's deal, the Pro Bowl quarterback explained the signing. His new deal was an easy decision. Sorry, can't even speak now. He said, "For me, for my family, and for my agent Mark Rogers, we love Seattle, and it's the place I want to be. I've always wanted to be here. When I first got drafted in 2012, I wanted to be here forever. This helps solidify that. I've got many more years to go, and I got a lot of winning to do. We've got more Super Bowls to win. I'm excited about that." It's well deserved.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's looking at this when he didn't have his contract. I mean, there's so many, no disrespect to those quarterbacks, but there's so many quarterbacks getting paid that haven't won a Super Bowl, to be honest. I mean, we have Matt Ryan got paid.
Yep.
Derek Carr got paid.
Yep.
I was like one or two more, I can't remember, but
Rodgers.
those are,
I mean,
well,
I mean,
recently,
but
he
okay,
hasn't won one.
but like he
yeah.
won one, and then like it's
It's been a while.
You expect him to be like
Yeah.
Back there,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, you're right. He does deserve it. He won a Super Bowl. I think he's elite. Do I think the Seahawks are going to make any noise? I don't think so. I think that he needs more help.
he does. Yeah.
Defensively, they need a lot of help, and even him, like he needs some more help. Running game,
Well,
receivers.
I think what like the reason they gave him this extension is because obviously it's deserving. We see it's deserving. Like we see that they don't have that much help. We see that the Legion of Boom has left. Cam Chancellor retired, for his health purposes. But the Legion of Boom is gone. There's really Doug Baldwin that just has been helping him. Wait, Doug Baldwin's still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just been him like kind of like running away from defenders on his own, and just taking the reins on his own, and that's tough for a quarterback. So that's why I feel like they had to give him the extension. But now that they give him the extension, now it's kind of like, what do you do from this point on? How do you build to make sure that you keep protecting him? Because I don't think it's going to happen a lot for the long period of time that he says that he wants to be in it. It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he does. At the end of the day, he deserves it. They need to get him some more pieces, and like just looking at like the path on like if they keep their players. I mean, they let Richard Sherman walk, they let Earl Thomas walk. So they were kind of due to keep one of their guys, and Russell Wilson. It doesn't get better than that. He's one of the top quarterbacks, and you're a Redskins fan. You know how it is.
I mean,
not having a quarterback.
I know how it is. That's a good one, Adrian. That's a good one. I know. Well, I see it from this perspective. Like I know how tough it is to keep a quarterback in the league because I see it from this perspective. This guy was drafted in 2012. Who else was drafted in 2012? RG3 and Andrew Luck were drafted in 2012. Who drafted RG3? The Redskins. They made a big sacrifice to trade with the Rams to give them every freaking pick that we had just to get RG3. Who were the quarterbacks that shined that year? Russell Wilson, RG3, Andrew Luck. Those three were the studs then. But obviously, there was only one winner in that playoff game, and Russell Wilson took the Redskins out in that first playoff game. And look, you can see it hand in hand. Russell Wilson, small quarterback, running quarterback, stud of a player, baseball player. RG3, stud, Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
Big sacrifice to get him. Doesn't like hold up physically, in the NFL. And you see how long Russell Wilson has been with the Seahawks. Like that is just like, it's weird because it's like you see teams go out of their way to get these quarterbacks that are like number one, number two, and that makes you really think like, should I really kind of invest in like a Kyler or a RG3?
Yeah.
Like,
These decisions that these franchises make, man, are so like. I mean, you hear these stories like, man, what if we would have drafted Calvin Johnson? What if we didn't take RG3? What if the Redskins never took RG3? They took someone else.
Yeah.
Does his career, pan out? Is he still playing now? And it's just something that like, he's a RG3, for example, Heisman winner, tearing it up in college. You have the chance to get. How do you not get him?
Yeah.
You have to get him.
Yeah.
It's just a tough decision. The draft it's crazy. All these people you get. Hey, we got our starting quarterback in what round? The 4th round. Tom Brady.
199th pick.
Yeah. So it's crazy, man. But
And wherever, and the draft is coming up soon. So like wherever
this
these,
week.
Yeah, it is. I'm really excited. Wherever these players go, like, and this is this is just coming from like a moderate athlete here, but wherever you guys go, NFL players, you have a chance to prove yourself on any team.
Yeah.
Whether you're looking at a big signing bonus, a little bit of money, anyone can make it.
Yep.
Tom Brady's definitely the one to prove that.
Yeah.
I think there's a
Follow
lot
your
of players.
dreams.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Follow your dreams.
No. No.
Of playing in the league?
No. And I learned this from RG3. Catch your dreams. Don't follow them. Don't chase them. You know why? Because when you follow and chase, you might not always grab it. Go catch your dreams.
All right. Go
You know what I'm
catch
saying?
it. Yeah, go
There
catch
you
it.
go. That's RG3 right there. That's some RG3, not the quotes. I remember when RG3 first got drafted, he was always like, no pressure, no diamonds. Like he always had all these little sayings, and I'm just like, cool.
Where's he at now? In Baltimore?
Yeah, he's in Baltimore. He's back up to Lamar Jackson. And I talked about this to someone recently. Like, I really think that, you know, and like we were just talking about these running quarterbacks, anything can happen to Lamar.
Yeah.
Anything. And RG3 is right there. The same type of player. The same type of player. I mean,
Still?
I think so. If you give RG3 a chance to just be in the pocket and don't make sure he does not run outside the pocket, that guy's got an arm.
You think so?
I think he's got an arm. Still, I mean, we'll see. I believe in him. I follow him on social media and all that stuff. So, I thank him for what he's given me. That 2012 season was amazing. The 2014 game, I went to go see him play against the Raiders. I thank him for everything. I'm not one of those Redskins fans. Like there's so many Redskins fans that like, oh, he's off the team. Like I gotta sell my jersey or
Burn it.
or burn it. Like
Nah,
man.
he's not hated that much.
Like I've gotten so much great memories from that guy.
Yeah.
Let's get into NFL schedule here. So I'm looking at the schedule. We'll look at our schedule. We'll dissect our schedule. So
Let's hear it.
let me look at yours first.
Should we open up to the Giants?
So we open up with the Giants in week 1 for you. You guys, second game is against the Redskins. I wonder who's a Redskins fan. At number 3, we have the
2 weeks.
Dolphins. Then we follow that
Wow.
by the Saints, at the Saints. Then you guys are at home against the Packers. Then at the Jets. That should be an exciting one. And then at home versus the Eagles. A bye week you have an 8-week bye. And then you come back week 9 for the Giants. Then the Vikings, Lions, at Patriots. Is that Turkey? Yeah. Cowboys. Thanksgiving game against the
course.
Buffalo Bills, which I have to get something off my chest after this. The Bears,
You guys
Rams.
got snapped?
Shut up. Rams, Eagles, and then Redskins at the end of the season. I love it. Dude.
Yeah. Our schedule starts off looking a little weak.
It does.
And
It does.
It picks up.
It does pick up because I mean you can't count out the Patriots. You can't count out the Bills. You can't count out. Dude, Patriots, Bills, Bears, Rams, Eagles, Redskins. That's your ending of the season right there. That is complicated.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And then real quick, I'll go over mine. We got, and this is a tough schedule. Not too tough, but like in the beginning, it's a little the same as you guys.
Mhm.
So we're looking at the Eagles, Cowboys, Bears, at Giants, Patriots at home. We have, we have the Patriots at home, which we beat the Patriots at Redskins Stadium before at FedEx Field, so I'm confident about that. Dolphins, 49ers. I was hoping that it would be at 49ers because I would totally try my best to go to that game. But it's not. And then we have the Vikings, Thursday Night Football. Yeah, that's going to be a good one right there.
Good.
At Vikings, so Kirk Cousins versus the Redskins.
Oh.
Then we have at Buffalo, a bye week on the 10th week. And then we have Jets, Lions, Panthers, Packers, Eagles, Giants, and Cowboys. So it gets a little bit harder again. That's a pretty tough schedule in my opinion. But I'm excited. We got the full schedule. I mean, the cool thing about like the school schedule releases, like, do I have a chance to go see my team play? And this year it doesn't look like it. But I'm thinking next year it'll be like we'll get some LA or Las Vegas hopefully.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Which out of those games that I said for you, for your squad, that you're a little bit more excited for?
I mean, they're all big, man. These games in the NFL, they're all big, but I mean, I'm looking forward to. That's the first time I've heard the Cowboys schedule, believe it or not.
Okay.
Me being the diehard Cowboys fan, you would think I would be all over it.
That's good that I broke the news to you.
Yeah, but when I'm rooting for the Cowboys, I really, don't get me wrong, I'll look at the schedule, but I feel like I'm part of the team. I'm week by week,
Yeah.
Let's worry about this team and see if we can beat
That
them.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, on that note, like me, I'm looking at the schedule and I'm already trying to like I do like my okay, we're gonna win this one, and I try to be like reasonable.
But you're a Redskins fan. You don't say we're gonna win this.
It's reasonable. I split within the division, and then I'm like, all right, we can take the Patriots, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like a little yellow line. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, the season's gonna come, hopefully quick, and I'm excited, man. We got some ball players, man. We got some talent. we don't have a first round pick this year because we got Cooper. But yeah, man, it should be fun. It should be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited as well. I am a little pissed off though. I'm a little pissed off that they did not give the Washington Redskins a Thanksgiving game. If all of you would remember, last year Thanksgiving was well spent between me and Adrian in our Dallas Cowboys. Wait, right? We played each other at Thanksgiving. Yeah,
we beat you guys.
Yeah, you guys beat
Right.
us. Yeah, it was a good game. We took the first game, and then you guys took the second game in Thanksgiving. That's fine. But I just think, like, I know for a fact it's always the Cowboys, it's always the Lions. Those are the two that, for sure, that will always have a Thanksgiving. I just think it's stupid that they don't have the Redskins on Thanksgiving.
You want to know why?
Why?
It's about viewers, Nate. No one wants to watch the freaking Redskins
I
play.
understand that, but, like, for me, it's always been, like, obviously there's a giant symbolism behind Thanksgiving and the Native Americans here. So that's just my thought process, and it just I feel like you always have to give it Dallas versus Washington on Thanksgiving. I understand schedules change every season, but I just like Thanksgiving for me is a different because like Thanksgiving, like I don't get to eat that much food, but I like to enjoy my team playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a diabetic factor in here where like I don't get to devour food like everybody else, but you know there's one happiness that I can take away, and that's football.
They're trying to make matchups on Thanksgiving, man. Make good games.
That's true. Then
Yeah,
I
they
mean
have a
the
freaking
Saints
quarterback.
versus the Falcons. I just think that's like a Monday night game.
No disrespect.
No
No one wants to watch Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Colt McCoy. No one wants to watch Colt McCoy on Thanksgiving, man.
You're
Come
right.
on.
You're right.
They
But
wanna watch Dak and
he has beaten the Cowboys on Thanksgiving before, so.
Has he?
Yeah, he has. Yep. I remember that game. I'll pull it up right after this show.
Sorry, man. You guys gotta get a quarterback, and maybe you guys make the primetime game.
I'm nervous about the draft. All right, moving on. I was gonna throw some heat at Dak, but that was a joke. I wasn't gonna say that.
Let's hear it.
It's basically just a notification that I got before the show. It says that Dak Prescott gives Kyler Murray advice on like how to handle the media, and just like, you know what, Dak? Shut up, Dak. Shut up. But give yourself advice before you give anybody else advice, Dak. Like learn how to pass and I don't know. I'm just hating on Dak Prescott. You
Cowboy
called it
hater,
out.
man.
Yeah, you called it out.
Hey, he's just helping this youngster out, man. He's been in the league a
You know
couple
who I
years.
want to help Kyler out?
Who?
Russell Wilson. Dak Prescott doesn't, you know.
Hey, I like Dak, man. He's a good player for us.
I hope.
You wish he was your quarterback, don't you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, of course.
Once you have a Cowboy jersey on, that's it. That's it. But yeah, that's just a little joke I wanted to play on you. And one more thing on my plate I wanted to get off was something that I saw of excitement. I mean, I don't see it happening. Obviously, I don't see it happening. Chris, I sent it to Chris from last week's episode. He's like, I don't see that happening, but it is Landon Collins' dream. He tweeted out, Jalen Ramsey, if you don't want to be on a team where your VP ... is all in the media, all in your mentions, talking about voluntary workouts and questioning your work ethic, then come to the Redskins. Parentheses, Suge Knight voice, parentheses. HTTR,
Recruiting.
number 24, number 23, number 45, and number 20. Like he's putting all like those DBs. So that's Quentin Dunbar, Landon Collins, Josh Norman, and I guess what he's saying, Jalen Ramsey could be 45.
Hey, as a Redskins fan, you gotta be happy. He's recruiting for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, right?
but like think about this. Like, as a non-Redskins fan, Landon Collins, Jalen Ramsey, Josh Norman, like what does that sound like to you?
It sounds like I keep dreaming.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean,
you know, they're not gonna let go of Ramsey.
I mean, obviously, I could keep dreaming, but that spells disaster. Along with our defensive line rushers, our linebackers right now, our defense would just be so intense, man.
Yeah, I don't know what Ramsey's contract is right now.
I just know that for a fact that, you know, Ramsey just always felt like he's unsure where he was at. Like the Jaguars, when like Ramsey blew up on their team, like they were the number one defense. They were like one of the top defenses. But last year, I think there was a lot of like things going on.
Inconsistent.
They were inconsistent, and I think there was like some things going on with like, you know, he's one of those players. Like that's why I kind of put him. I wouldn't mind putting him side by side Josh Norman because that's what you're gonna get right there.
They're like both
They're
little
both
dogs, you know?
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
like savage. Like they don't really care. They'll.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we've
Trash
seen
talkers.
trash talk. We've seen Josh Norman go neck to neck with
Dez.
OBJ,
Dez,
Dez,
yeah.
everybody. So I like players like this.
Yeah, who
And-
doesn't?
yeah.
Everyone wants Jalen Ramsey on their team. Just what he brings, you know, the way he plays, trash talking, all that, you know, it makes. Yeah, and he's good. He backs it up. That's the thing with this guy. Like, he talks the talk and he walks the walk.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna let him go, man. He's too valuable to them.
That's true.
He's probably like gonna be there for a long period of time. I think the Jack, since you bring them up,
Yeah.
they're like a quarterback away. They have a pretty solid defense.
I think they got rid of Bortles.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. So who's gonna be their starter? Maybe through the draft. I haven't really heard.
Yeah, I
too
haven't
much
heard
about
them say anything about that.
So,
Yeah. Something to keep an eye on. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they draft a quarterback.
Was there any football news on your end? Any Cowboy news? Any things that caught your eye?
No, I mean just the draft. I think it's this Thursday.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm excited. We don't have a first rounder, but I'm excited just to see where all these kids go, and
Yeah.
you know, it's a. I mean, I like seeing the reaction and you know the emotions.
Emotions.
People work so hard.
Yeah.
You know,
It
and,
really pays
and
off.
it's not easy, man. It's not easy. To get drafted in NBA, NFL. So if that alone, getting drafted, man, you gotta really soak up that moment, enjoy it for you, your family, once in a lifetime, man. And these people are truly blessed, and hopefully they take advantage of it. You know, so see who everyone drafts.
That's good. Yeah, I like that you left it off on that note. That's good. Very, very good. I'm gonna pay attention to at least the top 15 picks that go
Yeah.
away. Obviously, because the 15th is the Redskins pick.
Is
So
it?
once we draft our first
Yeah.
guy, it's all notifications from that. On my phone.
Yeah. Who else did we get? Yeah.
Exactly. Up next, we've got some MLB talk, and then we'll close it off with some soccer. A little short of a show, you know. It's just two of us today, so keep it nice and short. Real quick on MLB, you know, I've been keeping up with the A's and the Dodgers. They seem to be treading lightly. You know, it's like we've discussed before with Mario and Chris last week's show. It's the beginning of the season. There's tons of games to go. Actually, it was really sad because I wanted to go to the game on Friday, and I looked on my phone on SeatGeek, and I was like, oh, they're playing today. Maybe I can go like later on. I asked my brother. He's like, oh, I have a tournament the next day. I can't go. And then I asked my cousin because we were in Pasadena, and we could have literally just taken a train where we were from, just straight there, and then we could have just taken 2 trains back home. And then I looked at the tickets again, and I was like, oh, this is the next Friday. Like, I got the date wrong, so I was a little bummed out. Yeah, I'll buy the tickets, and we'll just go. I have it on the SeatGeek. Yeah. No, man, I'm serious. But this is just a quick little topic that I wanted to go over just to get everyone's eyes. I mean, obviously, everyone's eyes are on these 2 players already, but just something to look forward to. The Dodgers beat the Brewers today, so it was Bellinger versus Yelich. And I think what we're seeing here between these 2 players is the possible MVP race. I mean, obviously, you got Aaron Judge from the Yankees. You've got, what's that Astros guy, that little guy? Damn, I forgot.
I know who you're talking about, too.
You know who I'm talking about.
Killed the
MVP.
Dodgers in the World Series.
Yep, he's the MVP of the Astros. You know, there's so many star studs in the MLB right now. But I mean, even you got Harper. You know, Harper could heat up later on and cause some MVP talk. But I think right now what we're looking at is Yelich versus Bellinger. In my opinion, I mean, I think Yelich won MVP last season. I believe. I could be wrong, but I really think that's exactly. I could be wrong, but I'm just going off of my memory here.
Yeah.
But I just see these 2, home run guys, and saving the game. Like Bellinger just saved the game today, so I just really look to keep an eye on these 2 as MVP possibilities.
They seem hot. I know that guy from the Brewers. He hit 2 home runs the other day against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And Bellinger, kind of like your friend Chris said, he was hot from the start.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, those could be 2 possible guys. The thing with baseball, it's a long season, you know. So, hopefully they don't get injured. Hopefully they keep it up. But it's a long season. But yeah, they're definitely like the top 2, maybe 3 with Harper. I know he's been kind of slow, but yeah, man, it's a long season. Let's see how they do and see how the Dodgers do. And
I really do hope that Bellinger does, keep it hot though, because that'll be exciting to see him. Like I think ever since he's come into the league, like he's always been like that star kid that we're keeping an eye on, and he's just elevated ever since then. So I just wanted to point that out. But small little MLB. You know, we won't go too far into MLB, but you know what I will go far into, and I'm gonna, with enthusiasm here, just talk to you about this because I know you're not too much of a soccer fan, right?
FIFA.
FIFA, yes. FIFA, yes. But yesterday, I watched the Newcastle game. They played Newcastle United versus Southampton, and everyone knows Newcastle is not the best of teams. They're like the Raiders of the Barclays Premier League. They're hot back in the day, but right now they're not. Obviously, you've got Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Tottenham on the top of the league table right now. But I still have a passion to watch Newcastle United. I watch them any chance I get. I wake up as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, just to watch them play. And I want to just congratulate Ayoze Perez, number 17 from Newcastle United. He got his first career hat trick yesterday, and I watched every goal just happen. It was just amazing. Like the first goal, it was brilliant because he held on to it and kicked it to a point where like it crossed the whole box, the whole 18 box, and it went far left, and he just scored. It was brilliant. And then the second one was a cross where he was like really far back, but the cross was so nice that he caught up to it and just knocked it in with his foot right in. Nice. So that was 2 for him. And then Southampton comes back with a 1 goal, so it was 2-1. And then later on, we've got the ball like bouncing around in the air in the box, and then this is another young lad. I forget his name, but he came out of nowhere and he almost got knocked in the head with a nice kick to the head. But he headed it, and it got blocked. It got deflected, and Ayoze headed it in. So that was his 3rd goal, and he's a young lad. He's at first I think we weren't really too sure of his future with the team. Yeah. I don't think he was either, but I think after the hat trick, you kind of walk away with a lot of ganas, way more adrenaline, kind of. It's, you know what I'm trying to say, like you work more confidence. There you go.
Yeah, I mean a hat trick is tough to do, so
yeah,
maybe he's coming into his own zone.
Exactly. Yeah, and it takes a while for these young players, especially like players like Newcastle United. They're playing teams that are way better than them, when like the higher teams. So it's just it's tough. But let me get into Champions League, and then we'll close out this episode nicely. So last week we updated everybody with the first leg of the Champions League between the final 8, and now we're down to our final 4. So update on all these games. We have Manchester City taken out by Tottenham. So me and Mario were talking about this game. Like we were pretty confident that Manchester City can, take, maybe like they were losing at 1-0 at first, but we figured Manchester City would eventually come back. But the game ended 4-4 aggregate. But the way that it works is Tottenham scored at home. So if you score at home, it gives you a 1-up on a point, even if you guys tied at the end.
Oh wow!
So they beat them by aggregate. And it was amazing to see the faces and shock of Manchester City, because at the last minute, Manchester City thought they won. They scored a goal. And VR goal check, this is the second time that it happened. 2 goals got taken away from Manchester City, and that winning goal, everyone thought they won. And that's it. They took that goal back, and Tottenham won that game. Wow. So, I mean, I'm really curious to what Mario thinks, because, I mean, we kind of went back and forth on the text messages that was a crazy game. Yeah. But unexpected that Tottenham pulled off that win against Man City. Yeah. So really, really crazy. Moving on to Liverpool versus Porto. Obviously, me and Mario were pretty damn sure about who was going to win this game, and it obviously shows Liverpool with aggregate 6-1 taking FC Porto way out. And then this was a cool moment because, like, last week, the first leg, I didn't really get a chance to watch the full games. I was in class on Tuesday, or when was it? Wednesday, when the Barcelona-Manchester games were on. So I missed a little bit, but this time I had an early class, so I was able to, like think of a place where I could watch the game. And so I asked my mom, I was like, hey, Mom, you want to come with me to watch the soccer game? And she's like, yeah, sure, where do you want to go? And I was like, I didn't know where to go. Like, I was just like a bar or something. She's like, let's go to El Pescador. And I'm just like, that's brilliant, Mom, good thinking. And so we went, we sat at the bar, and it was funny because I had brought out 2 Manchester United jerseys, and then I had 1 Barcelona jersey, but then I was wearing a Barcelona jersey as well. And I was like, hey, Mom, you should wear one of these jerseys, like, just pick whatever you want. And she's like, well, you're wearing a Barcelona jersey, like, is this good? Is this team good? And I was like, they're good. Manchester United's good, but they're not gonna win today.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. So she wears a Manchester United jersey. I just think it's cool. My mom, me and her
Hey,
go out.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Keep those going for forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Those
try.
moments right there,
And
man.
she understands soccer, so it was nice for us to just there sipping on Coronas, me and her, and enjoying the game. We only had one view of the game, so we were just watching the Barca game, Manchester United, and obviously Barcelona took the whole aggregate 4-0. So Manchester United did not get a chance to score, and so at one point I'm like, all right, this game's over with already, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I went to the bathroom and I saw that at the bar the other guys were watching the other game. It was on far away, so I told the bartender, like, hey, can we put this game on too? So we just had one Barcelona game and then two Juventus games going on because I wanted to figure out what was going on with Ronaldo. Ronaldo's out,
Is he?
dude.
Injury?
Like no, like
What is it?
their teams.
They lost.
Lost.
Oh,
like
wow.
so, Ajax. I think it was 1-1 the first leg, and this is what we updated last show. It was 1-1, and
Yeah.
so I predicted that for sure. But I did predict that Juventus would, maybe like knock out Ajax. Like, all right, this is the second leg. They're gonna knock them out like nothing. All right.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, the last minutes of the game, Ajax gets like a nice goal to set them up for like up one. And Juventus, they were just trying their hardest to, set up a goal. They even gave them a couple more extra minutes at the end, and they just couldn't do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, dang, Ronaldo, just like, it's just crazy to see like Ronaldo get knocked out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so used to like, okay, Barcelona, we got knocked out like a couple years ago early. We got knocked out by Liverpool, and Ronaldo's still in it. It's always that battle of Messi's got to be in it or Ronaldo's got to be in it. But I really wanted them both to be in the final. And we're not
He's
gonna-
like the LeBron of soccer, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
No LeBron in the playoffs this year. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's actually a good point right there. That's a good little parallel.
Yeah, we missed LeBron, man.
And you're right. You are right.
I defend my boy, man. You guys were hating on him
No,
hard
like-
last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey,
They were shitting on
hey,
him.
I don't care what anyone says. He's the best player in the NBA right now. He still is.
Besides the list that we went through.
Besides the list, I don't care. And I'm not a Laker fan, but I think LeBron's gonna come and just show the league that he has a couple more years in him.
Oh, I'm
He's
sure
gonna
he
come
does.
hard.
I'm sure he does.
He's
And
gonna come
and,
hard.
and I'm cool with him, like having a honeymoon. Like
Yeah.
we got to stop having these expectations that like players are bound to just win.
Yeah.
I want to veer off a little bit here. Just closing off real quick. So Juventus is out. Real quick. Up next we've got Barcelona versus Liverpool, Tottenham versus Ajax. So those are the next games to pay attention to in the Champions League. But I'll update you guys later on that. But going back to LeBron, we'll finish this conversation on LeBron. I just think that we get so like up in ourselves with athletes, and we think that they're, like I said, they're just win. We want to see them make our teams better, but at the end of the day, like we have to be humbling humans and realize that he needs to win outside of basketball as well. He needs to set himself up for life, and that's exactly what he's doing. And if that's just like giving him a break out of the playoffs for 1 year, it's like, all right, peeps, let's just take a break. This is LeBron James, the best athlete, basketball athlete of this time, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, we're done with the Kobe era, and I don't see anybody higher than LeBron when it comes to being number one, being exciting player, being the person who wins the championships. I mean, obviously, the Warriors are another conversation, but when it comes to a player carrying like a team on their back, we miss LeBron for that reason. And we have to respect the fact that he has these other ventures, and we can't just put him like in the fact that he's making a documentary, Shut Up and Dribble. You think he took that lightly? That Shut Up and Dribble. He's making a documentary now. He's going to prove a point that it's not just basketball. That he's a human being. That he's capable of building an enterprise or whatever he's building. So I give him mad respect in that situation.
Yeah.
But when it comes to basketball and stuff, obviously, our biases get into it. When it comes to sports and stuff, I don't want him to win. I want my team to win. That's when it comes out to. But as a human being, I want LeBron James to win, because when LeBron James wins, other humans win. Kids get education. Kids get inspired.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. I don't care about, like all the other negative stuff that goes on around, LeBron. But
I think LeBron's he's underappreciated. I think with LeBron, when he's all said and done, people are gonna look back and realize how great this guy really was.
Yep.
And I mean, what he can do on the court, man, it's rare. He can do things that, I'm not saying he's better than Jordan, but he can do things that Jordan just wasn't able to, and vice versa. You know, he obviously Jordan did things that LeBron couldn't do.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're just different players, but you know, I just love watching LeBron play. He plays the game the right way, and you know, people need to lay off him a little bit, man. You know, let him be. Let him be. He didn't make the playoffs. I think just because I was watching the interview real quick, and he was saying like, man, this has been going on since high school. Think about how dominant this guy was in high school. He was like the nation, like everyone knew him in the nation.
Yeah.
He's in high school. They're showing his games on ESPN.
Fighting Irish.
Yeah, he's had that pressure since high school, and now he's, you know, he handles it well. I think he doesn't let anything phase him. Now he's older, more mature.
Yeah.
He handles everything well, but I can't wait to see him out there. I'm not a Laker fan, but I'm a LeBron fan, and anytime he's playing, it's fun. It's awesome, and he's a competitor. So
yeah,
wait till next year.
I think last point here, people hate on greatness, you know, and that's when I say, like, going back to like where I say, like, you know, the biases come in of our teams loving, you know, but like I said, at the end of the day, we want humans to win.
Yeah.
You know? When sports is a different thing, you know.
Yeah.
Outside of sports, you know, you don't want to put any negativity on anybody.
You gotta love what LeBron's doing with the school and all that stuff, man.
Yep. And not only did like, he's not putting schools here just yet, but he did it in Cleveland. You know, that was his staple. That was his area where he grew up and where he came from, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Laker fans, you guys still suck. LeBron can't make miracles. You need some help.
I know,
Get him some help and then see what he does.
Exactly.
He can't do it by himself.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap up this bad boy. Closing, make sure you guys, first off, thank you guys for listening. But make sure you guys check out the Instagram for any posts and updates. We've got Space Kaiju Podcasts. On Twitter, you can search up Space Kaiju, PROD, Productions for short. Follow me on Twitch. I play video games here and there, mostly FIFA. And I'm coming up with a new schedule because there's a new game that just came out that me and my friends are putting our time and effort into. But that's for you guys to find out. But FIFA, come watch me play FIFA. I made Division 6 recently. I got promoted, and it's hecka hard to stay in Division 6. But I like playing FIFA. It's one of my favorite games. So, and also I'm just not pointing that out like the Twitch for the video games. I also mean to point out the Twitch because I stream the podcasts on here. So if anybody wants to, watch the live stream, see what it's like, live podcast, you guys feel free to join and follow spacekaiju_. And for all things Space Kaiju, you guys can head over to spacekaijuproductions.com, my website, in which I hope to solidify and make a little bit stronger in the upcoming years. And so whether you listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitch, I thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys.